Relieved, relieved, relief, relieved, relief. Questions?
Were you more disappointed that you couldn't build on the 15-point lead, or happy with the mental toughness you guys showed in overtime?
Yeah, I'm just not sure if we're good enough right now. To take a 15-point lead and keep it there, or take a 15-point lead and take it to 24. I just don't know if this this current team, we just make too many mistakes. Defensively, we thought at times we were better, but then we obviously we've committed another fouls. Again, we got doubled up at the foul line, which, if you ask, I'll give you my thoughts, but I'm not only going to give my thoughts if you ask. But I just don't think currently right now, I think until we get, hopefully if we're able to get Liam back and healthy, maybe at that point, with the way Solo is playing, and I thought Solo, obviously, his offensive abilities or he's got some special abilities there. His first beginning of the game defense was not very good. I thought it was better in the second half. So I think, maybe when we get Liam back and you get him out there with Solo and AK, and, I thought the centers, were, I thought Sampson was just a total warrior today. I thought, Taras gave us obviously production, but I think maybe when we get, we get fully healthy, we may be able to get a 15-point lead and put someone away. But any win that we get right now is a great win for us until we get Liam back.
Yeah, it seems like Haas ends up the ball in this game.
Yeah, we just don't have a lot of shot creators, and it's sometimes the ball, sometimes it's by design. Most people, end of shot clock, have the ball in the hands of a guy that can get paint and find people, or put something of high quality on the rim. But for us, with where we're at right now, there's three places we can go with the ball. We could go to Solo, we could go to Alex, and we can go to Hassan. And that play, they did a really good job at the end of regulation of just sitting on the top side of Alex. It was an action to get the ball to Alex off the elbow, pitch it to him, and try and get it at his right hand. Telfort just got physical, like most people do with us when we're trying to move, and Alex just couldn't get the ball and ended up in Haas's hands, and then it didn't go as planned from there.
The shot in the first half, which is closer to where you want to be, obviously.
Yeah.
The second half, then it's 50% for some reason. Is that something just a matter of you guys not being able to sustain the energy that you had defensively, or just something that they did?
We make too many, we make too many mistakes. It's like, Taras is Taras is like a pretty good, even though, at times it was a little bit ugly with screen, but, Taras is a really good, like one-on-one low post defender, but he struggles in ball screen defense either. Sometimes he's not where he should be. Sometimes he stays too long. And you got Sampson, who's excellent in ball screen defense, but then struggles when he has to play one-on-one in the post. And then, guys like Solo and Jalen Stewart, they're sophomore, like developing players. There's just not a lot of, people at our level of college basketball that are like developing like young players while like, you're playing like conference wars. So, it just, No, I don't think we have a lot of guys that are really good on defense right now. That could just consistently be in the right spots. And then sometimes we're in the right spots and then we just lose a one-on-one battle. So it's a combination of things. And, it's right now it feels like it's really, really tough to fix. But we gotta find a way.
Dan, going back to Solo, he only had 5 shots in the second half and overtime. Is that a situation where Butler is playing better defense on him, or would you like to see more aggressive that?
No, I mean, listen, we foul. Okay, so you just opened up the door for that for me, so thank you. But we foul. I mean, like Jalen Stewart, those are 2 bad fouls off the dribble. He fouled Telfort in the post in the first half. Those are bad fouls, right? But we get held. I mean, we're a movement team. We move. We have a lot of off the ball movement, and if they're, it's the same story every single game. It's like we definitely foul when, on dribble penetration, when we struggle to guard the ball. We make some dumb fouls like, Jay Ross fouling the defensive rebounder there in the critical spot. But, we get held the whole game. I mean, we got held the whole game. I don't, and it's like, I don't think it could get worse for me. I mean, you look at the free throw differential, and I think we got great refs. I mean, Tony's a great ref. Pat's a great ref. Nate's a great ref. But it's like where is the freedom of movement? We're just getting mauled while we're trying to run off screens. We can't move anywhere to get the ball, and it's got to stop happening. And I don't think it's because they don't, if it's because they don't like me, that's a problem, because that's like an integrity of the game issue where, you can't come into a game saying I'm not going to call fouls because I don't like this coach's demeanor, so or if it's just they don't, those things, our ability to move off the ball is critical to how we play. And if you're going to call fouls against us when we do foul people clearly, which we do, but we got held and fouled, and it happens every single game. It happens every single game. So early in games, I mean, no one wants to watch a million fouls called, but, when we're moving and cutting and, yeah, I mean, it affects Solo Ball's ability to get shots if he's not allowed to move and cut, and they're grabbing him around his and then it kills us at the end of the game when the other team, we're shooting 1-and-1s, or we're not even close to the bonus. So, again, Big East refs, they're great officials, but we got to treat off-ball movement like the way that we're treating people driving the ball or shooting shots at the rim. You have to, because that's how we play. That's a problem, and it's been going on for a lot of games, and I haven't said anything. And it can't get worse in the next one, because I'm saying we've got awesome referees in the Big East. When I get to these games and I see them walk out there, I'm very comfortable, but for all the success we have had the last couple of years, I don't think there's a program that's won as much as we've won that at times gets as bad a whistle.
Dan, when you point out to the officials,
Is this a book? What was that, Ian?
when
Yeah.
you point out to the officials that 2-time defending champs usually get the benefit of the doubt on some of the things we're talking about, what do they say to you in return?
I don't know. I don't think Jay had to say that. Jay just, I think, it's not even the fact, I don't even know if it's even that too, that. Yeah, I mean, that's a reason why it shouldn't be these huge discrepancies every game. And again, we do, You know, like I don't know that that we should be out shooting people at the free throw line on a night-to-night basis. Like we don't drive the ball to the rim. You know, we're not as sturdy throwing the ball in the post as we've been. So they're, you know, like they just look at me. You know, sometimes they'll say, you know, hey, listen, and these guys like Tony, you know, these guys are all strong referees. It's just like, you know, somebody, you know, just coming into these games, it's how we play is, it's you know, there's a lot of movement, there's a lot of different screening. We literally couldn't even get catches today because we were just getting grabbed and held before we could even, you know, and it's just, but then any type of contact on a drive or it was a foul. That's.
I think TV got you saying something like, "Don't turn your back on me. I'm the best coach."
Did I say that? No. Yeah. I mean, I know we you know, I'm going to sound like an asshole here. So, you know, he just, I want some level of communication too, especially when you just, you know, made a, you know, I think what had happened was on that particular play, I think, you know, Alex got fouled by screen on a defensive rebound. He got fouled when he went up for the defensive rebound, and he kind of stumbled backwards. And while he was stumbling backwards, he got held. You know, they ended up being a jump ball. So now we lost the possession arrow, which now that possession arrow, you know, that's an issue when you get to late game or like we saw in overtime where now we had to guard with .7. So the TV likes me, camera. I bet you I'm going to have the GAs. I'll release it to the media too. What was the game on today? It was on FS1. I just, you know, I just wish they'd put the camera on the other coach more. You know, obviously I had a moment with Coach Dad Mata today because he was so far out of the box that I figure I would just go over and have a powwow with him and Pat. You know, but like I just wish they would show these other coaches losing their minds at the officials in other Big East games that I'm coaching where I look going into a timeout when I'm not talking to officials. I see the other coaches as demonstrative as I am. But, you know, the camera obviously, you know, I've created this for myself. I'm not no victim. But I just wish that they would not have the camera on me 90% of the time, unless they feel like it's driving ratings and more assholes on Twitter that could put clips of me from a game and say, yeah, look how big of a monster he is. He's yelling at a ref again. What a monster. Anything else? Yes, Tom. Oh, follow up. Yeah.
Despite all of the things that we're talking about,
Yeah.
you are 6-2 against
Yeah.
a couple of free throws, you could be 7-1, the deal is not hurt, to be on a 13-14 winning streak, right?
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I know you obviously slowed down, but in a sense, you kind of dodged some bullets and maybe.
Yeah, we're spoiled, you know. I'm spoiled. The staff's spoiled. The fans are spoiled, you know. You know, just we're all spoiled with just the level of ball we've played here the last couple of years. And now we're just, you know, a really good team that's missing, you know, one of the best players in the league, you know, a top 10 draft pick who affects every aspect of how we play. Even with Liam out, we could easily be undefeated in the league. You know, the Villanova game was winnable. The Creighton game was winnable. Yeah, I mean, we could easily be undefeated in the league, ranked top 5, top 6 in the country, if things broke differently for us at the end of the game. I'm not, you know, I'm not down. I'm more, you know, that was a tiring game. to coach. We even had to coach games like this. We've just dominated and devastated people in these games, and now we're, realizing what it's like to just have a good team or a really good team that has to fight for wins and overcome adversity. And I do think, again, I think there's a chance that Liam could be back for us soon, and we could get back to playing dominant basketball. I'm not as much down as I'm exhausted, and from what we all just went through, all of us, fans, coaches. Yeah, obviously there's some level of frustration with, some of the things I feel like that are happening to us. And I'm not saying that we don't foul. We do foul, but we're getting fouled and it's not getting called, especially when we're trying to cut. So yeah, and yeah, Dom.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you.
sit in the middle.
Well,
I can't sit.
Sit in the middle.
Bro, you should be sitting in the middle.
Sit in the middle.
Questions for the student athletes, if they're done? You good?
We're ready, yes.
Alex, Coach asked you to be more aggressive than you were in the first half of the last game. And despite the ankle and everything, it looked like you really needed that.
I have to for this team, and he's always talks about playing with hunger and leaving no regrets out there, and that's something I have to do. I left a lot of regrets against Creighton. I left a lot of regrets against Villanova, and I learned my lessons the hard way, and I just got to continue to do this. It can't be a one-game thing where I'm aggressive and the next game I'm not. So I just got to continue to do that. And the whole team believes in me. The whole coaching staff believes in me. So there's really no excuse.
So, did you feel a difference in the way that you were being guarded after the first half? Did Tucker get shots on?
Yeah, I knew they were trying to be a little more physical, but it was more of just a sense of just being smarter with like coming off the screens and just trusting my teammates and letting them make plays while I'm trying to just move around and get the ball. But I mean, Haas is just a great passer, so I mean, whenever he's passing the ball, I know like I'm gonna be open.
You shocked at how much space you had with that shot with less than 2 minutes left? You hit that three?
Yeah, I just knew. I was just trying to find my way around the ball, like moving without the ball, just to find the open shot. And Haas found me, and I just had to make sure I hit the shot. I work on it every day. We work on those shots all the time, so it's just credit to the work.
Alex, you can obviously have last year to reference the year before. Are teams defending you guys differently in terms of keeping you from moving without the ball? Or they're, I don't know, coaches are more expensive on this topic, but are they defending you differently, making a concerted effort to keep you guys from moving?
Yeah. No, definitely. I think teams are definitely top blocking a lot more and just trying to make us not use pins. And we saw it a couple times last year, but I think this year it's been way more often. And it's something we work on every single day, so it's not really a surprise to us anymore. And we figured out how to, beat that when teams do that. So, yeah, I mean, we'll continue to get better at it. It's just as, last year teams started switching everything. We got better by the end of the year. So, it's something we're going to continue to get better at. I think we've made huge progress ever since whoever did it first.
Anything else for these guys?
Alex, do you like the mental toughness that you guys showed at the end of the game? I mean, you did let a 15-point lead slip through the regulation, but then you bounced back.
Yeah, I mean, with that lead, we got to show the killer instinct and really expand and not really give Butler a chance to come back. But, in the Big East, you got to win a wide variety of ways. And whether it was this type of game in overtime, a grinded out type win where we kind of, just beat ourselves at times too with the mistakes. So any win's a win, and we found a way to get it done. So we'll just be happy with it, but at the same time learn from it heading into Xavier.
Alex, a lot of shots tonight. I think there's a 9 boards there. How crucial is that, especially defensively, if maybe someone gets into the lane, you guys are able to stop it now?
It's critical. That's something we talk about every single film session. Is just making sure we have guys just being there to protect the rim, and an intimidation type factor too for teams that just can't easily just get down there and score layups. And Samson and Terrence did a great job learning. We learned a lot from the Creighton game, and they did a great job of just learning from the mistakes.
So what gives you confidence that this team's best basketball is in front of you?
I think what gives me confidence is just the work we put in every single day, just the practices. We work super hard. We work twice a day sometimes, and even throughout winter break, we work countless hours, and I just continue to trust the work, and everything falls into place. It's just God's plan, pretty much.
Alex, with that said, what is it like for you to hear Coach, he says he speaks to you guys through kind of what he says to us, but he's talking about not having enough will or competitive fire, things like that. How do you guys react to that?
We should react as a challenge. We should react as a way that we got to prove to him who we really are and who we really are as men individually and collectively. And we have to respond in that way and show him how tough we are. And Obviously, it starts in practice every single day, just establishing those daily habits on a daily basis. But when it's game time, the brightest lights, that's when everything means the most, and we got to do it every single game for him to really see who we truly are.
Alex, when and how was the decision making to be able to go to
It was kind of decided yesterday night. I'm not gonna lie. I think I wanted to play just because we obviously came off a heartbreaker, and yeah, I didn't want to sit out and leave the guys out there coming off a loss. So I just really wanted to play and just doing everything possible to rest my body as much as possible by not practicing the last 2 days. Do shoot around today, just kind of get a feel for it, and then ultimately just decide to play. But it was always my intention to play today, just because I just love being out there with the guys.
A lot of talk about toughness of this team going on the road. Exciting test for you to see how you react out there.
Xavier? Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of the most underrated arenas in the country, and they're super well coached. I think they've won like 3 in a row right now. They got a big game tomorrow as well that we'll be tuned in for. But they're an amazing team. They've gotten better ever since we last played them. So we know it's gonna be a great game, and the Cintas Center is always a tough environment to play in.
What do you get embarrassed after that play?
I'll pay for his food. I don't know what I'll do, but I thank him a lot for that play because he really saved the game just by finding the ball and making that layup. So yeah, the next meal or whatever food he wants, I'll get it for him tomorrow. But it's only tomorrow. Once tomorrow passes, he's not getting anything.
Probably a salad.
Salad with chicken.
So, where do you think your defense is, both your personal defense and the team defense? Because Coach says he'll see a couple good things, and then he's disgusted again or just disappointed in the defense.
Yeah, I think I'm definitely still growing, and as a team, I feel like we're also still growing. It's just little adjustments that we have to make as a team, and just continue to get better through practice and just all the work that we put in. We, like I said before with the last question, we work so hard. We work in, day out. No matter if we have school or not, like it's the same amount of work regardless, and we just have to continue to trust it.
So was there progress in the first half because you held them in the 30s for most of the half, and then not so much in the second half?
Definitely. Coach was talking about it when we were into a couple, let's say a couple media breaks. He was just talking to us about locking in on defense. He just keep reminding us of the field goal percentage of them, and we were trying to keep it below 40 and just keep it there. But there's points of the game where they were at 50 or 46, and we just had to seal down and make sure we do our job.
Anything else for you guys? Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you, guys.